Good morning, all. Welcome to today's Cancer Healing Journey Talks. Myself, Annie Jose from Community Outreach Team of ZenOnco.io and Lovely's Cancer. Cancer Healing Journey Talks helps cancer survivors and caregivers to share their journey with vast number of survivors and caregivers who have traveled or been traveling through this journey. This can inspire and motivate them for their faster recovery as well. I would like to introduce today's speaker, Annie Appleby. She is recognized as one of the early leaders in the yoga industry. She initially practiced yoga on the lot on Paramount Pictures in Hollywood, where she was a marketing executive. Her passion led her to found Yoga Force LLC, and shortly thereafter, she began teaching yoga and pilots to A-list CEOs and celebrities. Her company specializes in patented exercise alignment mats and spa accessories. So her website is www.yogaforce.com. Annie is a survivor of skin cancer and has become a well-known advocate and public speaker with respect to health and yoga, working with organizations such as the AT&T Women's Conference, Johnson & Johnson, and Stand Up to Cancer. She has also worked with MTV and has appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and on ABC News. Her mat has been featured in Times Magazine, WSJ, the New York Times, and the Los Angeles Times. Annie's Yoga Force mats are endorsed by Dr. Andrew Weil and the College of Sports Medicine. She is a certified sport person for American Bone Health, and she's a spotlighter for the American Academy of Dermatology as well. Annie Appleby received her BA degree from the University of California, Berkeley. She has taught yoga and Pilates privately and at Google, Oracle, and at Stanford University. Yoga Force is now available on online stores such as Amazon and HSN, and at spas from select to Carltons to places like the Chopra Center. Annie is a pioneer in yoga, that is yoga with dogs. She is also a media professional and has appeared on The Tonight Show, Telemundo, Dutch TV, ABC News, and Nat Geo. She's also profiled in the book Dr. Yoga. So I'm very delighted to have you today with us. So welcome, Annie, and over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. What do you want me to talk about today? My journey with skin cancer? Okay, so when I was working at Paramount Pictures, it was in the 1990s, I believe, and I was in Santa Monica, and I was running on the bike path. And I was running with a bikini top on, and I had a big spot on my back, and I got pulled off of the bike path by a strange guy. And I go, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm a dermatologist, and you have skin cancer on your back, and you need to go to see somebody tomorrow to get it removed because I'm positive it's melanoma." And it's on my back, so I really didn't notice that much, but my boyfriend at the time did notice it was getting bigger. And I was losing weight for no reason. So I did make an appointment to go see the dermatologist, and my dermatologist turned white. He was a young dermatologist, and he said, "Oh my God, that's for sure melanoma. And we're gonna have to pump you full of blue dye to figure out where it metastasized in your body." And I went, "What?" So anyway, that was very scary. And they caught it just in the nick of time. So they didn't have to pump me full of blue dye or anything like that. They got what is called clean margins. So they took it out of my back. It was like 5 surgeons on me. And then they said, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. We got clean margins." So that was a good thing. So that was my first one. And that was stage 3 melanoma, I believe. That was a pretty high stage. And then everything was fine, and I passed my 5-year. So I'm like thinking, oh, I haven't had skin cancer for 5 years, so I'm fine. So I keep going to the dermatologist yearly, and they don't find anything. They keep not finding anything. And then around 2000 and I'm not really good on dates, but I think around 2008, I went to the eye doctor because I had a sty in my eye. And it wouldn't go away, and it got bigger and bigger, and then I had to go to all these different eye doctors, and it turned out to be skin cancer basal cell in my eye. So they had to take 1/3 of my eye out. So they had to cut here and glue it back together again. That was bad. So then I started going every 6 months or every 6 months or every 4 months to the dermatologist. Everything was fine until like 2019. And then I had a bump right here in my eye. And it was basal cell carcinoma. Again, I think it was basal cell. Could have been melanoma, I'm not sure. It was right here and the size of a quarter. So they pulled it out and stitched it up, and that's gone. So I just keep going every 6 months to the dermatologist.
Do they found out a reason why it was keep on coming back to you?
I have blue eyes and blonde hair, and I used to like staying in the sun. In California, people stay in the sun a lot, right? And so when I was younger, I stayed in the sun, and I think they figure out if you're young and you get too much contact with the sun, that's where it gets bad. So now it's finally catching up with me when I'm in my 50s, you know what I mean? So it took a while. So, but the only thing I can say, and the reason I've been working with the Skin Cancer Foundation and the American Academy of Dermatology and so on, is because it's very important for people to realize that early detection really makes all the difference. So if you wait, for example, I got it on my eye. If I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, they would have had to make a really big incision to take it out. So you have to be proactive. When you see something, go to the doctor.
So did you underwent any other therapy, like radiotherapy or chemotherapy for the
No,
cancer?
I was lucky. I did not have to. No, nothing. They just pulled it out and threw it away. So I was very lucky.
So how was your emotional well-being when you realized that you are having cancer?
Well, the first time the doctor said, oh, we're going to have to pump you full of blue dye to find out where it metastasized in your body, I was freaked out. That was very scary. But they didn't end up having to do that. So it was lucky that they got the clean margins. I suppose they just got it just in the nick of time before it could metastasize. Again, timing is the first thing.
What were the things that helped you and made you happy on the journey?
What are the things that help me and make me happy?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Well, I like to do yoga. I like to go out and run in the sun, but I put a lot of sunscreen on now, and I wear a hat. And I like to hike, but when I hike, I wear clothes like this with sleeves. You know, I'm very conscious of not trying to get too much sun on my body.
Is there any relation with diet and skin cancer? Did you want to modify your diet or anything like that?
No, I'm very healthy. When I first started yoga, I noticed that I did not like to eat red meat anymore. I just did so much yoga, all of a sudden I just didn't want the red meat. So I eat a Mediterranean diet, fish, tons of vegetable, fruit. I'm pretty healthy. I've been healthy for a long time. So doing yoga and working out and all that stuff makes me really happy.
So do you think cancer has changed you in a positive way?
Skin cancer has changed me in a positive way. Well, actually, it's been good for me to be a spokesperson, because I know I got at least 100 people to go see a doctor when they had a weird freckle, and it turned out to be skin cancer. So they might not have gone if they didn't hear about my story. So that is good. That's positive.
So what will be your message to cancer patients and caregivers out there?
Well, for skin cancer, that's the only kind of cancer I've ever had any association with. So skin cancer is a pretty easy cancer. I mean, you go and you get it out in the nick of time. I had a friend just die. She had throat cancer. So that's a very hard cancer, and that metastasizing goes everywhere, and it's just, I don't know, that one's really bad. Like, it depends on which kind of cancer you have. So I guess I'm thankful that if I'm going to have some kind of a cancer, I'm glad I got the skin cancer. You know what I mean? I would not like to have throat cancer or any like really organ cancer, because it's much more, I think it's harder to treat probably, right? But early detection, even in certain cases, early detection really saves you. It just kind of, sometimes it depends what kind of cancer you have. So my advice is live every day like it's going to be your last. Like, have fun every day that you're living, because we don't know. I mean, the way the world is right now, I don't know if you're watching the news, but it could be lights out any minute. So you should just have fun.
So did you join any support group?
I did not join a support group, but I did help with giving speeches to dermatologists, and I helped with raising awareness for my particular kind of cancer.
That's great. So how much do you think is the importance of awareness regarding the cancer?
Excuse me, I couldn't hear you.
Sorry, how much do you think is the importance of awareness to the public regarding cancer?
Oh, I think it's very important, because people don't understand. If you have a freckle, like I see people in the grocery store and I'm like, have you had that freckle checked? And they go, no. And I'm like, well, you should have it checked. It looks big. And they notice, well, oh, I didn't notice it was getting so big. I'm like, well, then you need to go to the doctor. So it's very important to be aware.
Annie, if you had to sum up your journey in one sentence, what would that be?
I found the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think I went on a journey and I was able to help other people too. That would be my one sentence.
That's really great. So can you talk a little bit about yoga? So I'm curious.
Yes, I have a dog. So if your viewers would like to go see what dog yoga looks like for 2 seconds, there's a clip on yogaforce.com, and you go down the homepage and then there's videos of me on TV teaching dog yoga. So it's, you pick up your dog like a weight, and then you move up and down, and you do yoga on my yoga mat, which is also on yogaforce.com. And it's just hard to explain right now, but you can watch the video. There's videos out there, YouTube videos and TV video clips on my website at yogaforce.com. But it's little dogs. It's not huge dogs, because you don't want to hurt yourself. So my dog weighs 10 pounds. I weigh 110 pounds. So it's easy for me to pick up a 10-pound dog. Now, I don't think it's good if you have a German Shepherd. You're going to hurt yourself. So it's a little dog specific. There's certain poses that bigger dogs can do, but most of that is eye contact and massage, because you don't want to pick them up, you'd hurt yourself.
Thank you so much, Annie. So that was a really inspiring session. So, and I'm sure that most of the survivors and caregivers would definitely benefit from this session. Thank you so much for being a part of the session today.
Oh, thank you. And I wish everybody good luck, and early detection is really, really important. That's what I have to say. Thank you.